welcome back if you're joining me from another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! Look who I found while out doing a little shopping today. I found Roxie Grand. She is the Rainbow High Holiday Edition doll. I like that MGA has stopped putting limited edition on their dolls, because limited edition to what is what I always say with marketing. Always be careful with marketing words. A limited edition is only worth anything in the trading world if it's 5,000 pieces and under. And when they say limited edition and it's 1,000,000, it's still a limited edition of 1,000,000, but it ain't worth anything, darlings. So they've put holiday edition. Now, down here it says Turn Me, which kind of just does this, which I thought was really weird, to be honest. It's like, okay, I can move the doll this way and that way and this way and that way and up adjust, and that's not very fun. So I found that a tiny bit weird that they had this, okay, you can turn the doll around a bit. Piece. I mean, maybe it's appealing to children. I can't imagine it would be appealing to children. If I tested this on children, I'm pretty sure they would be bored of that in 2 seconds. But I don't really think this is a child-orientated doll. I believe this is an adult collector doll. She is amazing. Now, when I put this doll up onto Instagram, there was not much information on videos about her. The few videos that I did find on her, her name is Roxie Grand, were basically people that were taking stolen leaked images and talking about the leaked images, which one lady was giving this review on the whole doll from some images, and I don't actually think you can get a proper review from some photos. You actually have to look at a doll, and I'm telling you, when I'm looking at her and the sparkles and the hints of purple and blue in her hair and traces of silver and the rainbow sparkle effect that comes down through her doll, through her hair, I couldn't see those in those photos, but I certainly can see it on this doll. And she is a doll that if you have a spotlight above her, she is definitely going to sparkle. So at the top is where I finally found her name. Roxie Grand is decking the halls with fabulous fashion like this crystal encrusted ground she made herself. So when I first got the box, my first thing was, what is this girl's name? It just says Rainbow High Holiday Edition, and when you spin it around, has this gorgeous artwork on the back. Gorgeous. I'm almost a little upset this is on the back, because if you have the doll on display, no one is going to see this. I almost wish there was a hint of this in the front, but you know, it just says, again, Rainbow High Holiday Edition. So it was kind of like on the box, I was like, what's she called? Is her name? Is there a piece of paper missing somewhere? What is she called? And then I looked on the front, and it was like, on the top, I should say, and it was Roxie Grand. I was like, okay, cool. Hello, Roxie, you're gorgeous, and I'd like to open you up. This is pretty amazing. This as a backdrop, if you want this as a display piece. Now, unfortunately, they missed a trick. If they had made the bottom part here flat like this part here, you could have put a range of dolls, at least 4 rainbow highs along the color spectrum. Unfortunately, these are on an arch, so it is going to be a large space taker. Now, one thing that I'm going to say, for those who are new, and I'm going to check this with you, when you are buying Rainbow High dolls or any MGA dolls, and this also applies to Mattel dolls, always check in the cavernous parts. Not always, but a lot of times, and I've spoken to a mother who unfortunately this happened to, they just threw out the box. They got out the doll, threw out the box, and didn't realize that the stand pieces were inside. So there is nothing behind it. That is all just recycling. Please always recycle your materials that you don't use. Let's have a look. Your eyes. Your eyes, sweetheart. Beautiful. Okay, so I've got her out of her box. Wasn't the easiest unboxing, to be honest. I found the things around her leg. There's a plastic piece that was encasing her feet with elastic around, and also around her necklace here. There's still these little see-through strings on her. Yeah, she was not easy to get out of, away from her plastic prison, basically. But oh my goodness gracious me, check this out. Look at this face. These are pink pink to blue to purple with grey tones mixed in there with a light blue and a white shadow. Oh my goodness, on her eyeshadow, of course with real eyelashes. Let's get your 3D there. Oh, it's not very good with black gloves, is it? So these are real eyelashes, as well as filling in black under eyelashes here and her Egyptian flick in the corner. I want to get this right up so you can see those eyes. Look at that eye. That is stunning. Those colors, pinks, blues, purples, always a fantastic girly combination. Her eyebrows have white flecks in. Reminds me very much of BJD style, where they put in those little flecks just to remind you that it is hair. It's not just a line. She ain't a girl that's just painted it in. And then we have, which has kind of been a new thing with some dolls for me. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I would rather have real hair, but I know it is a bit of a trend at the moment to have women put their hair down and plaster it basically in these swirls. So I think that's what it is meant to show right over here. Oh, I just want to get right up. So she has all those round, and then she has a deep purple to deep pink. So it's pink, deep pink in the center to a purple with a darker purple eyeliner, lip liner around her lips. Open mouth showing her teeth. These lips are luscious, so Bratz-like, so MGA. They do lips so incredibly well. And then look at this. Look at this hair. You could not see this hair on any photo. Look at that sparkle and sheen. So it has these little sparkly, tinsely, not really tinsely because it's more soft, but like a tinsel going through the hair, and it's so incredibly soft. It has not got hairspray holding it down. It is flowy. There are streaks of light purple and the teeniest touch of blue. I don't know if that's yeah, it is coming on camera right here. So the teeniest touch of blue. There is a pearl, a pure white. So there's a pure white, almost a ghost white. Then like what I would call an eggshell white, it looks like. I don't know if it's just the light, the way it's catching it, but it looks like different tones of white. Let's have a look at the top to see if there's different tones of white. Maybe that blue is more of a gray, but when it goes with the light on it, oh, it's got to be grays and blues in there. There is such an amazing assortment of different little hints. Yes, there's definitely a blue in there. I can see a blue strand right here. And gray. And pink. I think the gray, when it goes into it, changes the tones of white that you can see. Her hair is gorgeous. I love it. So it is in a big top knot, a top ponytail, and spread into two. And look at that at the back there. So her top, her front part comes down, is tied at the side here, then goes into a loop here, which is then pulled into this, swirled around, and comes down in these two. Oh my goodness. She has been to the hairdresser and she wants her hair done she wants to be the belle of the ball. How beautiful is that? How beautiful. Why has she only got one earring in? Did it come off when I was opening it? Now I'm going to assume, it's not a good thing to assume, but I'm going to assume when I was pulling her out of her cardboard that an earring popped off, because there is an earring missing from this side. It's not broken off in there. No, it's just popped off somewhere. She was not easy to get away from her card for me. I don't know whether it's my particular one, but there was so many little things holding her in, especially on her feet. There was just this encased plastic prison around her feet that I was fighting with. Not good for women with RSI. You don't want to fight with your dolls. So this is what the earrings look like. Now these are quite basic earrings actually. They have the RH for the rainbow high. Rainbow high dolls do seem to have rainbow and high planted everywhere on them. Good to see they're keeping up that trend. And it is a basic earring. There isn't too much to it. A necklace that suits, so in the same silver, down to a pendant much like this one, except smaller size. And then look at the top of this dress. Strapless dress. I want to move her around so you can see all that sparkle, all that. So it sparkles on the gems, but there is a shimmer and a sheen on her dress. Gorgeous. And then she has bracelet around each wrist, again with the same sort of stone cut like this one here. So here we have the rectangle whites, and then it looks like tiny little ones. Looks like tiny little square ones on the second one. So it's two separate bangles over here. This is one bangle. We've got the R for rainbow, of course. Of course we've got the R for rainbow. Oh no, this is 3 different bangles. Again with the stones, the rectangle stones in the center one, and the bottom one looks to be just a basic chain link silver. I'm going to get this even closer for you. Look at that. Yeah, this is definitely a doll that is made to not be handled by children. Children, I mean, if you want to, you can. But I would advise, if you're a collector, not to. Children are going to knock these off. Eventually, over time, heat, no matter what we do with these sort of rhinestone things, heat gets behind them, and you can just gently knock it whatsoever, and because the glue's slowly got the heat, it's slowly dried up, it'll just fall off and there'll be a big yellow mark. So it's not a doll to be played with, basically. It is a doll to be displayed. Let's come down here and then we just pop out. Look at this. Look at all these little gems going around. And I'm going to assume I'm right that they are glued on. Yes, these are just glued on. I'm going to show you as much of the design going around as I can so you can make an informed choice if she is for you. Coming to the back here. Is it butterfly? Gosh, I haven't made one of these dresses in a long time. Is it called butterfly when it flares out at the bottom? I can't even remember. Someone who knows more about fashion can fill me in. Like I said, I've just come off a conference call, so my brain is elsewhere right now. Gorgeous. All of this is gorgeous. Now it is tied together, simply brought together with a Velcro at the back. Don't like Velcro on doll dresses, but that's the standard for what they consider playline dolls, you know. And let's bring her up. Oh, so she's got 3 layers here. So you have your jeweled shimmer material. Then you have a satin-like material underneath that. And then you have your tutu-like material with a ribbon around. Coming down here, does she have undies on? Painted on? Sorry, sweetheart, looking up your legs. Doesn't look like it. I don't want to move your dress too much because I don't want any of those things popping off. Ah, here's the other earring. Ha ha! Don't get away from me, sweetheart. Don't. There we go. Put that there. And I think, like this one here, which has a little piece of hair going around like that, which I actually like. I think I've seen this one is a bit like that, so I'm going to fix that. Cute. And then we have the shoes. So these shoes, as I said before, were encased in plastic. They are keeping somewhat, most of these are the rectangular stone cut. So I'm guessing it doesn't look to be diamonds. It's way too milky to be a diamond for me. The stone cut isn't a pearl, of course. That's not a pearl. It'll come to me eventually. It is high heels. Now on the back of the heel is quite basic. It's just a basic heel. The thing with rainbow high dolls and with this one is you've got a lot of articulation. Of course, you've got the head, which can move from side to side. It does not do up and down. You have your shoulder movement, you have your elbow movement, and you should have your rotation in your hand. Yes, you do. There is no movement in the middle. You have your hip movement with your leg, which isn't going to move much in this dress, and I wouldn't suggest you try. You have your knee, so she can do a bit of a whoop when she's getting the kiss from the prince. And you have your rotation in your foot. Her skin color is what I would call a light tan, so she is gorgeous. I love her. So in New Zealand, Roxie sits at $140 range. That's what you'll find her in retail. Now, there have been a few collector's editions and holiday editions in New Zealand in certain stores, if you know what stores they are and if you're good enough to the people, that eventually they have been coming down to the halfway mark. I know one of those stores, I'm not going to tell you. If you wait long enough. Now, it does not work for all collector's editions. Unfortunately, some of them are very popular. I imagine she is going to go. In the store that I went to, there was only 2 of her, and I've got 1. I would suggest, if you want her, that you pick her up if you are in an area where it is quite popular for toys. I am. You know, quite a residential area with lots of children, and I think she will definitely be on some lovelies Christmas list. With her though, we'll first off flash off her comb, which is a standard. In most doll collections you get a brush type. Slowly I've noticed that the brushes, you know, in the 1980s they had some really fancy doll brushes out there. You could recognize a generation of pony by the brush it was, or the type of pony by a brush it was that it used to belong to. These Rainbow Highs are just a standard comb. Hers is black and silvery and semi-translucent. Look at the stand. I do not have a Rainbow High with this stand. This thing that's coming off the top here. Huh. So first off, we're going to look at that silly little mechanism in the front here. This to me is stupid. Who is just going to put their doll there and go on a display doll? You are sitting your doll there so that it sits there so it doesn't move and it looks beautiful. I don't know anyone who's just basically going to do this. And this nook at the front is so incredibly annoying to me, because when I display my dolls, I have so many dolls that space is always, I want their stands to be basically up on each other pretty much, because otherwise I would need to have display pieces everywhere. And this is basically preventing what is like 2.5 centimeters of nothing that before I can put my next display with my next doll on. So this is a stupid thing. This I don't understand. I mean, I really don't. I'm sorry, I don't understand. This is a stupid thing. This is the stand that I'm used to, this one here, where you have the long line, and this piece here, oh gosh, I have so many LOL dolls. I believe that's what they have, and that, yeah, the LOL dolls have, they have this here to hold it in, and they used to have another piece which you could put around the back and have your smaller sister, if they came with a small LOL sister, to sit on the back. There is this weird hook thing at the top here. I don't know what that's for. But the thing that I love about this stand, look at the saddle. So this goes up under her crotch to give her stability, and then her legs are held in here, and this goes around her waist. So she is really secure in there, very secure if you use this as well. But I can't get over this stupid little piece. And then up here we have this. Now this is, 1 second, or I should say this was attached to this at the top. So let's put this back in. So it was basically like preventing her from wobbling around on this stand and going too far. This is all pure, this silly little piece at the top. I can't think of anything other than it was basically keeping her upright in the box so that some little lovely couldn't go like and she'd just fly off somewhere, which she wasn't going to do because she was so strapped in there anyway. But yeah, so not only does this stand annoy me, I mean, if you know what, if this has a purpose other than going onto this that was attached to the top. Not only does this stand annoy me in that it is it's making stupid space decisions for me when it's basically screwing my space. I either have to have her at the front, which I probably would do anyway since she's a collector's doll, but if I wanted to put her at the back, she is going to push one of my other dolls forward, and then I won't be able to fit 3 in a row because my case basically fits 3 in a row perfectly. And if for any reason you had smaller bookshelves, you've got this stupid thing up the top. So, I mean, the stand, fantastic, this part. Fantastic. Love it. Love the extra support. Love it. This dumb. However, am I happy with my purchase of my girl for 140 New Zealand? Absolutely. I would have been annoyed if I had not got her. What is my favorite part of her? You know, a lot of people I'm sure would say the dress. No. For me, it's her hair to eye combination. The way they have mixed in these pinks, purples, and blues and silvers into her hair is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. There is a little bit of hair pull. I know some people are fussy about that. There is some hair pull there. That is to be expected on any new doll, but not so bad. Not so bad. Gonna bring her up one more time for a flyby. So if you love this video, please be kind and give it a thumbs up. If you love dolls in general, please subscribe, or toys in general, please subscribe. I love to collect dolls. I love to collect toys. I love to collect Rainbow High. And I'm never going to let them live it or hide it. Originally, Poopsie High. Well, Poopsie in general, that is where Rainbow High branched off for marketing, not thinking that the soccer mums are going to like buying their little girls Poopsie dolls. I can't fool me, marketing. And I hope that you are good to each other, and I hope you are good to yourself. Have a lovely day, my darlings, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye. And a bye-bye from my new baby. Bye-bye, too.